Hi, this is Justin Elliott with TPM Media. We're here at NYU with Harper's Scott Horton for discussion on the occasion of his article, Justice After Bush, on what we can do to investigate and potentially prosecute crimes from the Bush era. Scott, thanks for being with us. So first of all, can you tell us a little bit, just outline for people who might not have read your article, sort of the conclusions you came to on the best ways that the new Obama administration might sort of pursue investigations of crimes from the Bush era?
Well, the question really is, how does Obama make good on the pledge he made to end torture? Easy for him as chief executive to issue orders. He can stop the Bush interrogation program. He can disband the military commissions in Guantanamo. He can suspend extraordinary renditions. All that can be done with the stroke of a pen on day one. The longer question, the deeper question, is how you deal with the precedent that was established by Bush introducing this program on the basis of presidential authority alone, overriding other law. And we have a legal system that's based on precedent. So that experience can be reached back to by presidents in the future, maybe 20 or 30 years from now. So we could have a repeat of the Bush torture program or something worse. And I think the deeper dilemma is, how do you draw a line under it? How do you say that this precedent cannot stand?
So are there signs that we can take from the transition so far about what the administration might do? There was an AP article a couple weeks after the election quoting anonymous Obama aides saying that he might be disinclined to pursue any kind of prosecutions or even investigation. And his pick for Attorney General, Eric Holder, made some pretty strong statements in the last few years about law-breaking during the Bush years. I mean, can we take anything from those moves?
Well, I think it's absolutely clear that there hasn't been any decision taken by the transition team. And, you know, when I've explored this issue, and I know there are people there who've read my article. I've been asked questions about it. I know they're studying a number of other options right now. And I was asked some, very thoughtful, penetrating questions about this. I know that that timing is very important to them. That they believe that the decision should be taken about a process. That's the key thing, that President Obama feels very strongly about the torture issue. He doesn't believe it's of the nature of a minor policy difference between him and Bush. It is a fundamental question of the rule of law, so he wants it treated in a serious and correct way. He also doesn't want to appear to be vengeful or engaged in retribution. I think that's important. And I think he wants the advice of his national security and legal team in the process. So it's clear that that team has to be put in place first before a decision's finally taken on it. So I don't really expect that there's going to be a decision until shortly before inauguration. I don't expect it'll necessarily be announced until after inauguration.
How would you answer the argument that if Obama pursues an investigation, a robust investigation that might lead to prosecutions, he might get bogged down in that when he has all these other massive challenges like the recession in Iraq and healthcare? It seems like this sort of thing will inevitably become a magnet for partisan bickering. I mean, do you think that's a danger? Do you think that should be a consideration?
Yes. I think Obama has an affirmative agenda, and I think he doesn't want to engage in activities that distract from that agenda. And I think that's one of the reasons why you should appoint a commission, because the commission basically is taking it off the table of his administration and saying this group of prominent Democrats and Republicans or prominent retired professionals is going to deal with that. We're out of the game. I think that's the most effective way to address that point. When we come down to prosecutions, which in my view is something that's going to happen, further off on the horizon, not soon. I believe it would not be appropriate for Obama's Justice Department to bring these prosecutions. Why? Because we're going to discover when the investigation is concluded that the Department of Justice itself is a major crime scene.